be perfect for you. Okay. Let's talk HP. Let's talk the brand, the top brand when it comes to electronics that we use every day. This is your new shredder. And I say your new one because if you have a shredder and it's been a long time since you've purchased one, you might be in the market for a new one. You want one that's super powerful, which this is. It gives you the Microcut, which means you're not putting these, you're not puzzling these back together. And we're gonna explain what Microcut means and why that is the most sought after when it comes to a new shredder. But you are getting a huge gallon container, so that means you're not, having to empty this so quickly. You can auto feed. If you don't want to stand there and feed the shredder, it can feed itself, which is fantastic. Whether it's credit cards, staples in the papers, your HP shredder can handle it. And it's new. I want to give you an opportunity to call us or go to hsn.com and pick it up. You've got free shipping on all HP this month. Don't miss out on that. And on FlexPay, this is $30. We're going to give you all of the details. Aaron Berger, one of our electronic experts, is joining us. And Aaron, we get a chance to talk HP for the rest of the hour. And so
Excellent.
I love seeing you.
I love seeing you too. I love being here with HP. This is HP month at HSN, in case you guys didn't know that. HP is the #1 selling brand at HSN. For all the great things HSN sells, all the great beauty and all the great fashion and all the great electronics and all the great cooking and kitchen and you name it, the #1 selling brand is HP. And there's 1 month a year. It's this month, March, that's HP month, where we really celebrate in a great big way. Quick features on this printer, on this shredder. 80 sheet auto feed tray. I'm going to show you that in a minute. There's a manual feed slot you can use as well. Great big shred size in terms of the size documents you can put in there. And it's a nearly 4 gallon, 3.8 gallon wastebasket. Come on, let's do some shredder therapy. Then we'll talk more about HP. HP is the #1, by the way, the #1 computer manufacturer in America, #1 printer manufacturer in America. Auto start, auto stop, thermal overload protection, jam free, but it's time to, let's do it. So if you're just shredding a little bit at a time, and what are you shredding? Things like ATM receipts, applications, Little League forms, junk mail, insurance policies. Very easy to do 1 sheet at a time, not just papers, of course. How about credit cards? Watch, I'll just go credit card after credit card. How many credit card applications do you get? You don't want to throw those things away because you never know who's in your garbage and you never know what information they're getting on you. Here's the next thing. This is the most important. This has the auto feed in it. It has an 80-page auto feed in it. So I'm just going to grab a stack here. I don't even know how many pages I'm grabbing, but it's not 80. And I want you to see, this is how you don't have to babysit it. You don't have to do 1 page at a time. This is your auto shredder therapy, if you will. Goes right in here. And then I want you to notice just how, it just cooks through them. Tamara,
yes.
The big news, of course, is we're in the middle of tax season. So you're getting your 1040s and you're getting your K2s and you're getting your W2s and you're filing your 1099s and whatever it is you're doing. Once you file all of that, there's a certain time, and we'll go through again in a minute, that the government says you need to shred that stuff. You need to get rid of it. You need to protect yourself. And this is the easiest way to do it with America's favorite office brand,
Absolutely.
With HP.
Absolutely, and you see how easy that is to do? So if you right now, think about it, if you right now have a stack, and maybe your stack is like this, maybe your stack is like this, maybe your stack reaches up to the doorknob from the floor of things that you can't just throw away. You went through them, but you have to shred them, but you don't have a shredder right now that's as powerful and functional as you see right here. I want you to get it, because these are not you don't have to buy a new shredder every year, as long as you buy the right one, as long as you buy a quality one that's not gonna burn up for you. Aaron, I know that, we can tell stories about shredders of the past that have burned up because they couldn't handle all of the shredding that we were doing. You need a powerful shredder, and that's what this is. So while we have it on free shipping and it's on FlexPay, you're getting it home for $30. I want you to go ahead and pick yours up. You mentioned tax season. Not only do we want and need to shred, we don't want anybody to be able to then recreate what we shredded. And that's why the microcut is so important.
Absolutely. And in fact, let's take a look at those cuts that you have. Yeah, that Tamara was just about to show you. We're just going through some of the other cuts that other shredders do. That's a strip cut that you see right there. Strip cut is still very, very common. And with strip cut, you can, literally see lines of information. The key is it just isn't safe. And then next to that, there's the cross cut, which is better, but you can still make out letters. You can still make out numbers. Your social security number isn't very long. And a lot of times, thieves just need the last 4 numbers
That's right.
of your social security number. Identity theft is a huge problem in America. And then what Tamara's showing you, and in fact, what I'll show you live here is what this is the difference. This is what microcut looks like. As I pull my basket out, it's so easy to pull the basket out and dump it, by the way. This is that confetti or that microcut. There's nothing that anyone can do. Once it is shredded like this, it is shredded for good.
Right.
One thing I'll mention, as I said, I've been selling HP at HSN for over a decade. We have a beautiful 17-inch touch printer coming up next with Windows 11 built in. Show you again how easy it is to just pop the basket back into. Simple load, simple unload. There we go. And then once that's in and locked, you can start shredding again. And until it's in and locked, one of the things to point out here is that it won't start, so it's safe. There's a great safety mechanism built in, and of course, once that's in, we can start shredding again. A couple other things to note about it. You can do up to 9 pages at a time through the AutoPass sheet. So again, tax time is coming up. I've got 1, 2, I don't know. I've got 3 or 4. How many? It doesn't really matter.
Right.
With this, it auto feeds through. I don't have to shove that through. I don't have to help it through.
Right.
Those are jam-free rollers and really sharp blades. There's on, there's off, and there's reverse. I've literally never gotten anything stuck in this. I mean, I guess it theoretically can happen, but you have the reverse, certainly if you need that. Again, the front slot is 9 sheets of paper at a single pass. The auto feed tray is 80 sheets at a time.
Yes.
The waste basket is 3.8 gallons. It's a really big waste basket. Auto start and stop, so it powers down automatically, which is really nice when you're not using it. And I love this. Thermal overload protection. That means the shredder shuts down if it senses there are too many pages at a pass, or if the shredding duty cycle is met. Last but not least, those jam-free rollers we were talking about, reducing paper jams or buildup in the entry slot. I have sold, in my 10 years at HSN, I've had 2 HP shredder. I had 1 HP shredder. Gosh, it's probably been 6 or 8 months ago that we had it. It sold out in 1 or 2 airings.
Yes.
And we literally have not been able to get it back. This is a brand new model with the bigger, the 80 sheet auto dock feeder on top, which is so nice, and a bigger capacity bin as well, which a lot of us like. The less you have to empty it, the better, right? And you simply don't have to empty this very much at all.
Absolutely. I mean, so think about it. So I can put 80 sheets at a time. Even if they have staples in them, with no worries, even if I'm shredding credit cards or those kinds of things, which you just saw me do, I can put 80 sheets at a time and then I walk away. Literally, you feed the tray and then you walk away and you let it do the job. So now that stack of papers that you've been needing to shred, because they do have your maiden name on them, they do have passwords and PIN numbers and email addresses and all of those kinds of things that you do not want to fall into anybody else's hands. Now you can just shred it, and this turns into this. That's what we're talking about. This turns into this. Nobody's putting this back together. This, if your trash can gets knocked over and some pieces fly out, somebody could easily, look at this, read your name, read your phone number, get your information, get your password, all of that, your address, and it doesn't take much. Just like Aaron was saying, it doesn't take much little bits of information for somebody to kind of recreate who you are. I would love the idea of having confetti versus a puzzle that somebody can put together, and if they really want to, and it doesn't take much, they can with these old shredders. So if you have an old shredder, it's not doing you as it's not keeping you as protected as the newer, more innovative ones are. Just so you know, we have fewer than 400 of these, and then that's it. And we are at the end of the month. Remember, everything on HP is on free shipping, so you're going to wanna go ahead and pick this one up. Aaron, as we're looking, what to shred after 7 years, all tax documents older than 7 years, old W-2s. I have some really old documents that sometimes we hold on to just because, and when we finally get into the mindset of it's time to get rid of it, how do I get rid of it? Right here.
Right. This is how you get rid of it. Scrub your pay stubs after a year. That's what the government recommends. Only a couple of hundred of these left. This is the only scheduled airing of HP month. We get these printers in, we do one airing and they're gone. A couple other ideas of things to shred. If you're a coach, if you're a teacher, if you're taking in forms of people applying for the baseball team or the softball team, it's your responsibility to make sure all that personal information that people are giving you isn't shared with anyone for whom it wasn't intended to be shared.
That's right.
So shred all of that stuff, all the mail, how many credit cards come in the mail that you never asked for. You certainly want to shred all of your junk mail. And I'll show you again with the 80-page slot, the 80-page auto document slot. It's not a chore anymore. Even shredding, through packets of a lot of stuff. Junk mail goes right in there. Forms go right in there. Tax information goes right in there. Banks, you get a bank statement every month, right? What do you do with your bank statement? And it's a big statement. What do you do with that every month? You pop it in here, and literally in seconds, in fact, we're just about done here, it is shredded down to confetti size micro cuts.
Please do it. Please do it. These are, I understand sometimes we don't think about our shredder until we're standing there feeding the shredder one page at a time and wishing it were stronger and faster. This one is. The only thing is we don't have a lot of them to go around. So please call us or shop on hsn.com. 803-373 is the item number to go ahead and get this one home. Do it while we still have some.